Hi, Vortex. Sorry, that was the faces. I'm trying to listen to albums that I've had forever, but for whatever reason, I'm not that familiar with. I really miss going to record stores. Not that I buy records. I really should buy records. I really should get into that. It's kind of surprising that I'm not into that. But I have so many CDs that the idea of getting into records is kind of extreme. Because I'm already like fanatical about music. So if I got into vinyl, it would just be like 1,000 times worse. Like, I literally have boxes and boxes of CDs, like CD booklets, all that. I don't understand why people just go along with whatever's happening. I'll never get that. I'll always judge the culture so harshly for that shit. Seems like people don't have any problem with everything falling apart as long as they have something to stare at. And that's just really sad and pathetic, if you ask me. I know that nobody's asking, but I'm going to pretend that you did, Vortex. So I totally forget about this stupid virus. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me. And it doesn't mean anything to the people that I work with either. But it's very amusing to receive angry texts from my mother because I'm not taking this shit seriously enough. It's like she hasn't left the house in months, man. I go out every day and work. And I haven't been the slightest bit nervous about it. Now, I've been nervous about other shit going on, but nothing related to a virus. See, I just went to the store to get my glasses fixed. Like, I got a new pair of glasses. Yeah, you can't really fix those. Morpheus. Yeah, I really like this, actually. I like that look. It's cool. But anyway, yeah, the only reason why I went to the store to get my glasses is because my mom's been fussing at me for months to do this shit. And I'm just tired of listening to her bitch about it. It's like she wants to shame me for like all these things that I don't do. Which I understand, you know, it's hard for me to get things done. You know, just little things like appointments and stuff is hard. But I can always remember to buy drugs, though. I mean, I was thinking about that. Like, it was so hard for me to take medication. Like, you tell me to take a pill, like, I'll purposely forget to take it. But I never forget to buy a bag of drugs. Never forget to roll a blunt. Never forget to pack a bowl. Never forget to text my drug dealer. Support my local black-owned business, you know. Y'all should support your local white-owned business and give me some money. Anyway. I have glow-in-the-dark melanin, okay? I want to show you guys something. I don't know if I've already shown you. I think you have. Dude, this is awesome. They were just going to throw that shit away. I told them, I'm like, if you ever are throwing away cardboard, you let me know. So I'm trying to figure out what direction to take my comedy. Because there's a part of me that wants to be real sweet and innocent, another part of me that just wants to yell at everybody and tell them to go kill themselves. And I'm really thinking about going with the latter. Because I am sweet, but I'm definitely not innocent. And quite frankly, it really pisses me off that people that don't really care about society, don't really care about children, don't really care about everything going straight to hell, those people want to pretend that they really give a fuck about sex traffickers, and they really give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein, and they really give a fuck about child rape, all that. None of them give a fuck about that. The only reason they pretend that they give a fuck about it is because there's some speculation that what's-his-face is involved. Because he's in a picture. He's in a picture. Did you guys know that billionaires are at parties with other billionaires? Did you know that that's even remotely possible? Now, I always try to look up the information that my liberal friends throw at me, and every single time it's a bunch of fake news bullshit. And because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be supporting somebody that's a piece of shit. You know, I don't want to be supporting a monster. I don't want to be supporting a child rapist. I don't want to be supporting a racist or all the stuff that they call him. You notice that we just threw in race with that? It's like, yeah, that's how seriously people take that stuff now. It's like being a racist is way worse than being a rapist. It's like that's something that they pointed out with like Bill Clinton. Like, he didn't rape any black girls. That's some white privilege right there, you know? No walnuts. No walnuts for old Billy. That's what they called him. That's like the slang. You'd know that if you were paying attention. You know, a lot of people haven't been paying attention, and now they want to pretend that they have been paying attention this whole time. Don't act like you're a conspiracy theorist. You don't have a dog in this fight. Okay? You don't get to pretend that you care about a bunch of shit that you just found out about 5 minutes ago. Okay? It just pisses me off because, like, all these conspiracy theories, they're always proven right. And it seems like people just don't want to believe anything if it's inconvenient until they're forced to look at it. And the whole reason why so many people know about all this stuff now is because they've been hauled up in their houses due to this virus. I mean, it is a virus, but that's the only reason they know about it. It's not because they care. It's not because they pour their heart out for children. Especially people that want to hate the president. It's like, you don't even understand that, like, this is why he's the president. This is the only reason. People just don't pay attention to all of it. No, you don't have to like him, but that doesn't take away from what he's trying to do. He wasn't on the flight log. I know because I checked over and over and over again just to make sure that I didn't miss his name. Because like I said, I don't want to be wrong about this whole thing. I don't want to be supporting somebody that's not what I think they are, you know? But I'm very fair, okay? Like, I can't tell you how many times I'll read some Washington Post article. I feel like, is there something that I'm missing? Did I not read this right? Do I need to go back over this again? I'll go back over this again. Look at this. I want to show you something. Look at that. That's how good things used to be. And now, we just have crappity crap. That's what America's turned into. Now, I used to think that I was a capitalist, but I think what I am is entrepreneur. I'm in favor of entrepreneurship. I'm not really in favor of big business anymore. Mainly because big business it's destroying the country. Period, point blank. And anybody that doesn't take note of that, and people ask me, well, why do you support the president? Because he's like the king of capitalism. And I understand that. That's a fair point to make. Mainly because he's the only thing keeping us between full-blown communism. It's like America's really hanging by a thread at this point. And we've already been well on our way since, well, I would say 1913, but mainly since the 30s because of FDR's New Deal. But I'm just trying to be optimistic and hopeful. And honestly, if you trust God, it really doesn't matter what happens, because you still win. If you believe that Jesus Christ died for your sins, you still win. You always do that. You a rabbit? Sometimes. No, I don't think I could be a rabbit. I think I'm way more of a cat. Or possibly an owl. Maybe I'm an owl. Anyway, I need to go to bed sometime soon. But I keep drinking coffee, so it's like I make it almost impossible for myself to do the things that I say I'm going to do. But yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. And I have to work tomorrow at 7 p.m. Well, obviously, it's 11 o'clock, so... Yeah, okay, shut up. Shut up, bitch, shut up. Anyway. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I should just do music or I should do comedy. I don't know why you have to choose. I guess it's just really hard to be the person that I am sometimes. It's frustrating. I've had a lot of people in Nashville tell me I'm their favorite comedian. And that's really awesome. Especially to hear that from all these different people, men and women, black and white. They all say the same thing about me, which is cool, but it's like, it's so frustrating being like the only person that thinks like this. It's like everybody else is just, they just have one thing, one shtick or whatever. And like, I just get so bored with everything, even like stuff that I do. I get bored watching myself. And I know that I'm interesting and entertaining and all that, but even that gets old. Like, I wish that I could just get up there and just be the dude in my head. I wish that I could, I want to do that, but that's not who I am on stage. Because I'm just not that comfortable. So that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about my stage presence. That's how I feel about my performance. Even if I do good, it's like it still sucks. And I guess that's like that's what it means to be an artist. You constantly hate it. You hate your work. But it's frustrating because I want to be more. I want to be that intense person. Like, I go into these like Carlin-esque rants, and I want to be able to do that on stage, but I just, first of all, my audience is way too liberal, okay? And I don't want to like alienate them, because as much as I enjoy insult comedy, it's like, it's only funny if there are people in the room that get it, you know? It's not going to be funny if they don't understand what you're talking about. And so if you insult them, they're still not going to get it. So I just try to talk about God. Like, I've talked about Jesus a bunch of times. And I'd much rather talk about that than anything else, actually. Because they're not hearing it anywhere. They're just hearing, like, the same bullshit. I'm so bored, man. I'm just so bored. I'm so bored with the USA. So bored. It's like that fucking song, man. Bored. I'm so bored with the USA by The Clash. Hello. But what can I do? That's exactly how I feel right now. Hey, you should do that. You do a pretty good impression of Mick Jones. Mick Jones! Look at them. Look at them lounging. Hey, baby. Hey. I just need to go to bed and I'm stalling. That's why I keep shooting this video, even though there's really nothing else for me to, well, that's not true. There's always more for me to talk about, but I just, like I said, I'm so bored. I'm so very bored. If you have any suggestions in the vortex as to what I should do with my comedy, please let me know, especially you, Frank. You seem to understand comedy better than most people, especially people I do it with. I will say, comedians aren't taking any risks right now because they're so afraid of, like, getting canceled or whatever. Like, afraid of losing a precious gig. I don't know who's going to book you right now, considering so many people are terrified of some crappity crap that they keep hearing about and reading about, but all the little people, all the minions out here in Trump country, we don't give a fuck about it. And it's not just because, you know, we don't take it seriously because it's fake news. I mean, I know it's a real thing, but it's just not that fucking serious. But anyway, the really liberal people aren't doing comedy right now because of that shit. Like my friend that I get into arguments with all the time, political arguments, religious arguments, he like won't leave his house because of this shit. So it's like it's keeping people from living, you know, because they're so afraid they're gonna die, but they're not. But whatever, it's your choice.